Craft went down or made a successful emergency landing. Sometimes these investigations could take several weeks, they could take several months, but the most important thing that we do know right now is that all of the people on board the aircraft are okay. We're going to send it back out to Haley Milan right now with the latest. Haley, what can you tell us?
Our anchor, Mark Hall. Mark, I'll introduce you to Carlos Sanchez. He's standing here. I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see both Carlos and the aircraft. He was standing by looking at the scene here, and he tells me he's a student pilot. He flies a similar plane. You fly a Cessna 152?
150, yes. It's a small two-seater plane. It's much smaller than this one. It can't carry more than 2 passengers, actually. So, very, very small plane trainer. And this is a smaller version of this Cessna here.
Okay, so this is a Cessna 208. This can carry significantly more people. Tell me what these kinds of planes, in your experience, are used for.
Commuter planes. They're used for charter flights in, islands in the Caribbean, all over the world, honestly. These are actually very reliable planes. I believe this one has a turbine engine, turbo. So they're actually very good planes. But you never know when an engine can go out.
Okay, so you were telling me if we can kind of talk about the damage that we see on the plane here.
Yeah.
What's your reaction? What is your first thought as to what happened? Again, we're speculating here, okay?
Yeah, we are. I'm very happy, that the pilot was able to pull this off. I have flown in these conditions before, not being able to see outside in IMC and IFR conditions, and I believe he pulled off a really good job and saved a lot of people here. Considering the circumstances and what he pulled off, to do, to me, a miracle.
Now, you say you've flown in these conditions, you've flown in the cold and in the snow. How can both of those factors impact an airplane, impact the machinery?
It wouldn't impact the engine as much, I would say. There may be icing on the wings. If anything, ice will build up on the wings and prevent it from flying.
Okay.
Mechanically, though, it shouldn't really be a problem.
Okay. Thank you. Well, Carlos Sanchez, a pilot here who happens to be standing by to just watch all of this investigation happen. Carlos, thank you so much. We appreciate it. So, Mark, just to wrap up, no reported injuries here. Damage to the aircraft here at Loudoun County Parkway is closed down for a portion of the roadway, Mark.
All right, Haley, we thank you very much for braving the elements and your live reporting in real time. We're going to hear from you coming up tonight at 4 o'clock. Again, let's recap what happened. We know that a Southern Airways Express Flight 247 made an emergency landing at a nearby roadway close to Dulles Airport. And I want to read you a statement from Stan Little. He's the CEO of Southern Airways, and he says that we are relieved to report that there were no injuries and that all passengers are safe and sound. We are thankful to our pilots who did exactly what they were trained to do, to put the safety of our passengers first. We are working closely with the authorities to thoroughly investigate the situation, and we will take all necessary precautions to ensure the safety and security of our passengers and our fleet. And again, just a quick recap, there were passengers and, of course, a pilot or pilots on that plane. Haley had mentioned earlier that it appears that no one suffered serious injuries, and many of them, if not all of them, were inside of an ambulance at a particular time, just as a precaution and to perhaps relax and get their bearings as the investigation is underway. And again, we're going to have much more on this story coming up on DC News Now at 4. For now, we're going to send you back to your regularly scheduled program.